That was awesome.
Hmm.
There's some pretty good fairs and festivals in my local Eastern Ontario region. I haven't done as much of that in the last few years. I actually kind of got back into my own hometown fair last year for the first time in about 9 or 10 years. So that was kind of cool. So hopefully there'll be some, there's a big festival coming up here and not far from where I live, and I think it's in July actually. It's called Kempville Live. And they have the big name bands from the States and Canada coming in and doing like a 3-day festival. They have like a rock day, a country day, and a blues day, all 3 different days. So stuff like that would be kind of cool to get back out and hopefully get into again. And I do the acoustic thing too, just some low-key little gigs. I've got a gig coming up this weekend there on a Saturday night where it's just like myself and my buddy Kevin will come out and play the cajon or the djembe drum, one or the other, and we just kind of rock it up and do acoustic stuff and still throw in some cover songs and then try to do my own stuff in there as much as I can. And so those are a lot of fun. But with the band, I try to, I like to do more of that now with this latest record, especially because it's very, very band driven. It's very full force, electric rock. So it's nice to be able to get the songs to come across that way, other than just acoustic. So
yeah, and that's your latest CD, Long Road, Dead Man's
yeah.
Dream. And the other one we've been jamming is Share a Little. Is that the other CD?
Yes, Share a Little Time.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm just coughing up here.
Yeah.
Share a Little Time from 2014. That was my EP that also Ron Nevison produced. That was done in California.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that actually got an LA Music Award. Now it's come to think of it, it was Studio Album of the Year from the Los Angeles Music Awards. I was fortunate enough to take home for that.
Oh, I could see that, Cory. You just rock. Like I said, your sound is great. It's been forever. I'm an old school classic guy, and I could hear that the minute I started hearing that ching-ching, little Peter Townsend kind of rhythm sound you got there.
Thanks very much.
I'll tell you what, let's chat a little bit quickly about the Packers. I know you're a big football fan. Do you get to see the NFL a lot up there in Canada and the Packers and all that good stuff?
Oh, yeah, we get all the American networks, CBS and Fox and all that.
I'm sure.
So I like to watch the Packers when I get a chance, and too bad they didn't go a little farther this year, but hey, maybe next year.
Yeah, well, now compared to the CFL, are you guys a big fan of the CFL up in the Canadian League, or is it just kind of just NFL a little bit?
No, I actually am. When I was a kid, I grew up on the CFL actually with the 9 Canadian teams, and of course you had the Ottawa Rough Riders back in the day.
Okay.
I wasn't actually an Ottawa Rough Rider fan. I was Edmonton Eskimos were actually my team. Sorry.
Me too. You know why? Why would that be if you're a Packer fan?
The colors.
Yeah. Exactly. They're green and gold. 100%.
So I think, I grew up watching the Edmonton Eskimos a lot on CBC. Then everything kind of changed in, I guess it was the 90s maybe, and then we didn't get, the contracts from CBC got taken all away or whatever, and it all went to, TSN.
Yeah.
So you had to have the satellite to get it and all that stuff, and so I kind of got away from watching the CFL until, the big games came on at the end of the year, either the semis and quarterfinals and then the Grey Cup game, so... Mm-hmm. But I love both. I mean, it's kind of unique to see the differences in the two leagues,
I love it. I love your starting run-up for the wide receivers. They get 8 yards ahead to go. And that's a big change, compared to the old school here in the States.
Yeah, there's like a 5-yard sort of rule when you kick the ball or punt the ball.
You're not off sides.
You got to give them 5 yards, and then when they catch the ball, you basically got 5 yards to run and get going. Whereas, what is it? You got to wave it in the NFL, right?
Yeah. So, oh my, thanks a lot. Let's keep rocking. Let's carry on a little bit here. Let's go back to Remember Me, and we'll be right back with Cory Coons. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Remember me with the autumn leaves. I can see your face that smile like a beauty queen. It's a mystery, sometimes hard to believe, why some things just won't ever be the same. Well, they say time is a healer, and the hand that holds our fate. In the blink of an eye, we're left hanging on the edge of broken dreams. You can't turn back the time, you can't erase the pain. You can only face new days. That's when destiny calls, they say. Charmed in grace, like the wisest sage. I can hear your voice, I can feel you speak my name. It's a mystery, it's still so hard to believe. All those memories just can't ever be replaced. Well, they say time is a healer, and the hand that holds our fate. In the blink of an eye, we're left hanging on the edge of broken dreams. You can't turn back the time, you can't erase the pain. You can only face new days. That's when destiny calls, they say. It's a mystery, sometimes hard to believe, why some things just won't ever be the same. Well, they say time is a healer, and the hand that holds our fate. In the blink of an eye, we're left hanging on the edge of broken dreams. You can't turn back the time, you can't erase the pain. You can only face new days. That's when destiny calls, they say. That's when destiny calls, they say. Remember me with the autumn leaves.
Oh, that is a super groove, Mr. Cory Coons. Remember me. Tell us about that track. That's beautiful, my friend.
Well, thank you very much. That's a tribute to my mom and dad, who've both passed away, and that was my, like I said, I just wanted to tribute those two. They're a very big influence on my life, very important people in my life, and were always very much behind me in everything I did with my music, and we were very close, and so we kind of wanted to honor them, and that was my song that I dedicated to both mom and dad, and they've been gone a long time. My mom's been gone, I guess it'll be, I'm trying to think here now. My dad's 7 years, and I think my mom is 17 years, so.
Okay.
So, yeah, 10 years apart, oddly enough, on the same calendar day. So, kind of weird sort of a coincidence, but, yeah, I miss them both a lot, so that was my tribute to them, and I had Jeff Bova, who did the string section on that when we recorded in Los Angeles. Jeff Bova was one of the musicians, session players that Ron had hooked me up with to play. Was part of his A team of players, and him and Tim Pierce, also who's in Los Angeles. And Jeff just did a beautiful job on the arranging of that, sort of not symphonic, but sort of like I guess you'd call it like a string section of yeah. So that really kind of set the song to another level too, but pretty personal song, and had lots of comments from many people in my hometown and area. When they saw the little video I put together for it with all the pictures and stuff, and just brings people back. And because my dad and mom, like, we owned a golf course here in my small town for many years, and people knew us and knew the family and knew my dad and my mom very well, and just the whole history behind that, and being from a small town, where everybody knows everybody. And so that's where that song came from, and just a personal thing. So,
well, that sounds like a great environment and everything. Yeah, happy little golf course, and your mom and dad and everybody gets to know each other on summer days and fall and spring, and very cool. I can see that. And the neat thing you do too is you teach guitar and instruments to kids and everybody out there. And tell us a bit about your business, what you have going, where we can catch you, and all that good stuff for everybody, Mr. Cory Coons.
Yeah, for sure, man. I teach guitar at a place called Rock My House Music Center, which is owned by a good friend of mine, Mr. Kevin Amon, who's, I mentioned earlier, is going to be playing some percussion with me on the weekend coming up here. And he opened his business, Rock My House Music Center, and that was 5 years ago now, actually, or 5.5 years. He's been still at it, and I've been teaching there evenings during the week, and I teach guitar and bass myself. Kevin's a drummer, he teaches drums, and he has also he has violin teacher and piano teacher and vocal teachers there. So it's a good sustainable business, and a lot of great students. It's amazing to watch people develop and grow, when you teach them music. And music's a healer in many ways, right? For myself, plus the people learning music. So that's a big thing.
Well, my thing, it's almost like the song from Pete Townsend, the Pure and Easy. God lives in notes, the sound of the music and the vibrations. And isn't that true? Every culture, every nation, it's always had that. And
so
that's
true.
what music brings to us. You're not arguing when you're singing and being happy. It's just not happening. Unless you listen to the wrong kind of music, should I say.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, my friend. Mr. Cory Coons has been my great guest on the Hoomagoo tonight. Any last special words for everybody? And we're going to carry out with your other CD, Share a Little Time, for everybody.
Well, just thanks so much again for having me, Tom. It's been a blast. And, if people get a chance to check out my music, anybody wants to go to my website at www.corymcoons.com. All the links are there for the social media. I'm on Facebook and Twitter, and my music's on CD Baby, iTunes, Spotify. All those links are there if you want to stream it or download it, and you can actually even order physical copies from the website if anybody's old school wants me to send them one out. I'd love for people to check it out, and definitely what you're doing is a big help by promoting all the music, and thank you so much. I just appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoys it.
Well, God bless. It's a great time helping you, just getting the vibrations out to everybody and making everybody smile, because they're not sad when they're listening to you either. So take care, my friend.
Thanks, man.
Here we
You too.
go. Share a little time, Mr. Cory Coons. Thank you.
All of these things I've been wanting to tell you, but God only knows what's in store for me. I'm only trying to curb